Good morning. Today I wanted to talk to you about spelling UC level D. So you can buy the package with the instructor's manual and the student books, or you could just buy the student package. And it comes with colored pencils. When you get the package, it will look like this. Obviously this is C, but we'll have the same appearance, and the colored pencils are inside the cardboard thingy. So don't panic if you get it and think that maybe you didn't get the colored pencils. I like that it comes with these. They're erasable, and they are used to mark the word chunks, so it's nice that it comes with it. I'm going to do a flip through for you so you can see what it looks like inside. Let's start with the instruction manual. As you can see, there's all the way to level G. I really like the series because I like that you do copy work every day. I also like that right now, at least, it kind of goes with what we're learning in history. This is their philosophy, why they teach the spelling the way they do, the skill development that they believe every student goes through, placement guidelines, basically how to do it each day. Now here they have the instructions for each week. However, they also have the instructions in here written up on top. So I don't ever really use this part. I might look at the first couple weeks just to kind of get used to it if I'm starting a new book or haven't done it for a while. Okay, now chunking. So in this curriculum, they have the student find chunks like the OO or the EW, whatever, and they mark it in the same corresponding color. So vowel chunks are yellow in all the books. Consonants are always blue, bossy R chunks always purple, etc., etc. Tricky Y guys are green and silent letters are in orange. Now in the book, they'll have the square here, but they don't have squares for tricky Y guys for green and silent letters in orange. See, they'll have multiple squares like this, but they won't have the other two. So if you do have a tricky Y guy or a silent letter, they'll be up here in the instructions. So you need to make sure you read the instructions each week so that your child is actually chunking everything that they need to. Now this level is a little different than the other levels that we've done. This is the first time we're doing level D. So this one's going to have 2 dictations. Normally they have 1 dictation at the end of the week, and each day of the week is designated with a letter, so it's A, B, C, D, E. All the previous levels, D was like draw a picture and write a little story that goes with it, but this one has 2 levels of dictation. So the first level, or the first day of dictation, you're gonna give the kid help spelling if they need it. The second day, you want the child to try and spell without help, just to stretch their mind a little bit. And there's more instructions in here. And frequently asked questions. So here are the dictation chunks, the same ones you do in here. So you would read it to your child, and then they would try and write it down from memory. And they've spent a week copying it and chunking it, so it shouldn't be new when you do dictation. So I cover the chunking side, and then I read off here. Now the answer key has the same chunks as right here, but they have the colors with them, so it's easy to check when they're done. Now when I set this up, I don't just give my kid the book and have them try and find all these. We started doing that initially and it took forever. So what I'll do is I'll come in here and I'll say, okay, so there's 12 chunks. I'll just put a little 12 next to the box. And then I'll come and find all the chunks in here. So we have UE. Let's see everything at the same time. Let's see, UE, and I'll circle that one. And then the next one I see is EY. So I will do that on each page for all the different chunks. So if it says tricky Y guy or silent letters, then I just put the number next to it. There's nothing to circle for those ones because remember they don't have a box. Now this does take a while, but it makes it so much easier for school. So I usually just do it when we watch TV in the evenings because TV doesn't really take a lot of concentration. but it makes it so much easier for the kid to be able to do spelling independently on days when they don't have dictation, which is great if you have multiple kids. It does take a while to set up in the beginning of the year, but it is so worth it because it makes it so much easier. And some of these are going to be pretty easy, like silent E's, not that many, but then come here and you have all the chunks. These ones tend to take longer. Then you have a glossary in case you don't remember what all the things are, like chunking and things like that. And then bibliography, if you're interested in reading more about their philosophy or how to teach kids to read and spell, here's a nice resource for you. And I also like that they have this index of topics. Okay, so let's look into the workbooks. Again, 2 workbooks. Something else I wanted to point out to you is that each day is not copying this whole chunk over here. So this goes down to here, and then the next day, and it starts up here. So even though it ended down here, the last one, just to fill up the space and make sure they have the same amount of writing each day, it goes back a couple sentences. And then again, down to states, and then you're doing dictation. So most weeks is the same chunking every day, and then there are a couple weeks that had 2 different chunking, like the first 2 days were one kind and the second 2 days were another kind. If you've done the previous levels, you notice there's more to write and it's a lot smaller space to write in. Let's look at the second book. Okay, so that's Spelling UC Level D. Check it out if you think it would work for your kids.